Hello YouTube users, Sasonic here. Just doing a quick review on a chess set that I recently purchased. This is the Fierce Knight Staunton series in golden rosewood and boxwood with a 3-inch king from thechessstore.com. That's the certificate that came with it. I ordered the pieces and the box to hold them in. The board I already owned, but I'd lost the pieces that went with this board originally. And for a 3-inch king, this is a pretty ideal size, actually exactly ideal. If you have no border, you want the board to be about 14 inches and then 1.75 inch squares. Okay, you may get a bigger board if it has a border, which is something to keep in mind, because the whole point for having a chess set this size is it's a little more convenient, a little more common to play with. You know, you can put it anywhere. You can even sit at a round table like this one and make it work. Whereas if you had a club size chess set, you know, you're not going to go to play set on a round table. You're going to need a perfect table for it. I got this set so I can, you know, possibly sit outside or sit somewhere else and have a game. So back to the pieces here. You got to be careful with golden rosewood, because in my experience this color is a little bit hard to match with the squares. A lot of the dark colored squares on a chessboard, they'll blend with this color, and you want there to be some contrast so you can actually, you know, see the difference between the square and the piece. With golden rosewood, that might be kind of challenging, but if you find the right contrast, which this one's not perfect, but it's just enough that, you know, you can appreciate what's going on the board and the pieces don't just blend into the squares. Now, there was a couple of things with the 4-inch series that I didn't like. Overall, I was pleased, but I didn't like the swooping shape of the rook. That is not as much a problem. You don't notice it as much with this. See how the rook doesn't look very formidable because it's got that swooping part on the shaft of it, the tower. However, this one, you don't notice it as much. However, this set is also known for the queen being kind of small relatively compared to the other pieces, and you still do have that with 3-inch version. You see the bishop is pretty close in size to the queen, and considering how formidable the queen is supposed to be in the game of chess, you know, that's probably not engineered, you know, as well. The queen should be a little thicker, a little heavier, stand out, because it's, you know, the most important piece in the game after the king. It's a beautiful looking set though. There's amazing detail. Let me get some of these pieces side by side of each color to give you an idea what I'm talking about here. The detail is just fantastic on these. They really look nice, stands out. Very aesthetically pleasing set. And the pieces have pretty good weight to them. They're not terribly heavy, but there's some weight, you know. They feel nice to play, obviously. You got the billiard felt on the bottom, so the pieces move nice and smooth. And then with a set this size, you could manage to play even at a round table. You know, chess is meant to be played on a square or rectangular table where you can sit directly in front of the board without having to turn your shoulders to this angle, but you can make it work with a 14-inch board. So I'm pretty happy with the set. It does pretty much exactly, you know, what I'd hoped, to have a set that you can play at a smaller table and obviously more portable than a full club size. And I got the box, the storage box with it. And you know what? This is well made. I would say this was worth it, you know, because it's got good quality hinges, looks nice, it's gonna last, and then, you know, I'm the kind of person that likes to keep things neat and tidy. And like I said, I'd lost some pieces from the previous set that went with this and that did not have a box. You know, it just goes to show that kind of stuff happens. So the box was worth it to protect the piece, and then, you know, store it with the box on top or in a shelf or closet, and then you've got a nice, convenient chess set that looks really cool that you can play just about anywhere. So that's my review of the Fierce Knight set from thechessstore.com. Pretty satisfied. I definitely recommend it. Hello YouTube users, Sasonic here. Just doing a quick review on a chess set that I recently purchased. This is the Fierce Knight Staunton series in golden rosewood and boxwood with a 3-inch king from thechessstore.com. That's the certificate that came with it. I ordered the pieces and the box to hold them in. The board I already owned, but I'd lost the pieces that went with this board originally.